What's up, guys? Welcome to Touchdown Talk, where everything and anything football goes. Today we are going to be breaking some quarterback battles of the 2022-2023 season down. We're going to be breaking the top 10. Try to stay away from the divisional matchups because we know those quarterbacks are going to be battling twice a year, but there is one divisional battle in here. But we know, just like the AFC West, those quarterbacks are always going to be battling the Mahomes, the Herbert. We have Derek Carr and Russell Wilson. So I tried to stay away from divisional battles, and I want to focus on some of the other key battles that have storylines behind them. So let's get started. In week 1, we're getting kicked off where we have Trey Lance taking on Justin Fields. Now, this is a good matchup and a great quarterback battle because they were both drafted in the 2021 draft. They were drafted together in the same class. Two sophomore quarterbacks who didn't play a lot in their freshman year, their rookie season. Justin Fields battled a couple injuries. Trey Lance did battle an injury. He also was the backup to Jimmy Garoppolo. So both of these quarterbacks trying to have a redemption year, trying to make that sophomore leap. And it's going to be a good matchup because we all know how draft classes work. The players at that position in a draft class are always going to be compared. And in this draft class, we had Fields and Lance, so they're always going to be compared, just like Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, and Trevor Lawrence. But these two didn't play in their rookie year. We know Trevor Lawrence played, we know Zach Wilson played, and we know Mac Jones played, all three starters for their respective teams. But these two guys didn't play. And being first-round picks, being selected in the top 10, Trey Lance at number 3, and then Justin Fields at number 10, it's just really difficult to see these guys and how they're not starting, and just they're so young and they have so much talent. So just these two, we know they're going to be battling for years to come. They're going to be battling for the foreseeable future. And just because they're in the same class, we know it's going to be a battle that everyone's going to look at stat-wise and team-wise to see what these two quarterbacks can do for their team and who's going to have the better career. So let's move on, and we're going to stay in week 1, and this is our only divisional matchup in weeks 1 and week 17, where Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa will face off. Now, Mac Jones and Tua will be facing off twice a year as divisional opponents, divisional rivals. This is the only divisional opponents I kept in here, just for the fact that there's a lot of divisional guys who are going to be battling that are amazing to see, especially in the AFC West. That entire division is exciting to see, so trying to stay away from it. But this is one that I wanted to do because they are in the same division, they are division rivals, and they're young guys. Now, Mac Jones drafted in last season's draft. His rookie year was last year, and he got the jump right at the get-go, started week 1, started the entire season for the Patriots, led them to a playoff berth. Meanwhile, Tua in his sophomore year didn't really produce, wasn't given a full chance. There was a lot going on with the Dolphins. He got his guy Jalen Waddle, but this is the year where it's make or break for Tua. Now, we see the kind of player Mac Jones is and how Mac Jones is a starter in the NFL. For the New England Patriots, he's obviously their franchise guy. But we can't say the same for Tua. I mean, Tua has been underappreciated by the Dolphins. He hasn't been given a full chance until this season, where he has been given the reins, given the ropes. They traded for Tyreek Hill. They have Jalen Waddle. They brought in a couple of running backs like Raheem Mostert and Sony Michel in the backfield, Mike Gesicki at the tight end position, and new head coach Mike McDaniel. So this is really a make-or-break year for Tua, and dealing with Mac Jones in the division. I know I don't want to do divisions that much, but Mac Jones already a starter for the New England Patriots. It's kind of like Mac Jones already has all the trust and Tua doesn't, so that is why that was a matchup that I kind of wanted to focus on, and it happens week 1, so we'll be able to see what Tua has right off the get-go, facing off against another young quarterback. Now, from young quarterbacks to a couple of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL in week 3, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Now, I wanted to focus on this because these two quarterbacks are going to go down in history as two of the best quarterbacks of all time. Now, Brady, some may say he is the greatest quarterback to ever play, the greatest player to ever play. And Aaron Rodgers is in that conversation for greatest quarterbacks of all time, top 5 maybe. And these two quarterbacks have faced off 4 times. Brady has won 3 out of the 4, including the NFC Championship in the 2020-2021 season, where we saw the Scotty Miller touchdown before halftime. Green Bay ended up losing, and the Bucs went on to win the Super Bowl. So, in this season, this could be the last time that we see these two quarterbacks face off, just for the sole fact that we don't know when they're going to retire. Brady retired past offseason and then came back out of retirement and is now going to play the season. Aaron Rodgers has talked about retirement, didn't give a timeline as to when, but did say he will retire a Packer. So unless they face off later in the year in the playoffs, this could be the last time Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady share a field. And we have to appreciate just the legacy of each of these quarterbacks. And if this is the last time we see them on the field together, it's going to be a magical game. And it's a toss-up between what team's going to win. I mean, Tom Brady's coming back to the same offense that he's had, and Aaron Rodgers is coming back to a completely different offense. No Devontae Adams, no Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His top receivers are Randall Cobb, Allen Lazard, and a rookie in Christian Watson, who they drafted in the 2nd round. So, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, 2 of the best in the game right now, even at the old age that they are right now. Brady at 44, Rodgers 38. A crazy stat to see what these guys are doing at such an old age. I know Brady, he's on a different level at the age of 44, but Aaron Rodgers still up there, 38 years old, doing what he's doing, back-to-back MVP seasons. I mean, we've seen a tremendous stat line from Aaron Rodgers these past couple of years. And now, facing off against Tom Brady, hasn't been able to beat Brady as of late. So now, maybe in their possible last match ever, Aaron Rodgers has a chance to show Brady that, listen, you've beat me, you've gotten the best of me and the team lately, but this is my season once again, and I'm going to beat you this year. Now, Brady got the last laugh in the NFC Championship, so week 3, very early in the year, we're going to see what these offenses are made of, see what Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do with his brand new receiving core. So if Aaron Rodgers can beat Brady with his new receiving core, it is going to be phenomenal to watch them battle it out. And what could be the last time ever where we see Brady versus Rodgers. Let's move on to the next week, week 4, where we have Tua Tagovailoa versus Joe Burrow. Both of these quarterbacks drafted in the 2020 season. Joe Burrow leading the Bengals to the Super Bowl last season. Tua Tagovailoa, which I mentioned, hasn't gotten the trust from the team, hasn't gotten respect from the fans, from the coaching staff, from the media. He's just been down and out, like it seems. And Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, Joe Shiesty, whatever you want to call him, Joe Burrow had a great year last year, teaming up once again with Jamar Chase from LSU, and they just looked to be unstoppable last year until it didn't last in the Super Bowl. So one quarterback who hasn't gotten the trust from his team, hasn't been able to really show what he has, and then a quarterback who went to the Super Bowl in his 2nd year after being hurt in his rookie year. So 2 dramatic different sides when you look at Tua and Burrow. So them facing off in week 4 for the first time in their respective careers. Now, like I said, they're going to be quarterbacks that you watch out for. And especially Burrow and Tua, they're going to be always compared. And then you throw in Justin Herbert to that conversation. Burrow selected number 1 overall. Tua selected number 5, and Justin Herbert number 6. So Tua a top 5 pick, Joe Burrow the 1st overall pick. They are always going to be compared in their careers as to which quarterback has the better season, has the better career overall, just because of the draft class. That is always how they are looked upon. They're always graded and reviewed based on the other quarterbacks in their draft. So obviously, Burrow, Herbert, and Tua, the top 3 quarterbacks of their draft. But it's just going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. And especially in week 4, really early in the year, just like Tua and Mac week 1, now Tua plays week 4 against Joe Burrow. So kind of tough quarterback matchups for Tua, but I'm interested to see if he can overcome it, which I think he can. I do believe in Tua, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this season. Now next, we're going to stay with week 4, and this is a dramatic quarterback battle, and that is because it is Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Week 4, they were drafted in the same draft. Josh Allen mid-round 1, Lamar Jackson the 32nd overall pick. So, as I said, when you're in the same draft, you're going to be looked upon and you're going to be compared on the other quarterbacks in your draft. Now, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Allen is a proven guy in the NFL already. Some may say he is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. Some may say he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now, just because of his dynamic ability to run and pass. Now, Lamar Jackson, obviously one of the quarterbacks who put running at the top. He's one of the most well-known running quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And Josh Allen's known for his strong arm. Now, Josh Allen, we've seen what he can do. He can sling the ball down the field wherever he wants, from wherever he wants, to whoever he wants. That's just the dynamic ability that he has. He can throw the ball 50 yards, 60 yards in the air. He can also run. We've seen him hurdle the Minnesota Vikings. We've seen him bulldoze through defenders. And with his strong arm, there's nothing Josh Allen can't do. But we can't say the same for Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar, obviously known for running the ball, obviously known for his spin move against the Bengals and then running for the touchdown, known for his jukes, known for his ability, known for his agileness. And Lamar really hasn't been able to throw the ball and sling the ball like other quarterbacks in the NFL. It's just not his game. He's more of the running type quarterback. So with Josh Allen being one of the most well-known throwing quarterbacks, strong-arm quarterbacks, and then Lamar Jackson being known as the running quarterback, it's going to be interesting to see if Lamar Jackson, especially with his contract issues, if he's going to be able to overcome the differences with Baltimore, overcome the differences between him and quarterbacks like Josh Allen, and be able to prove some doubters wrong if he can throw the ball or not, and how effective he can be in that aspect of the game. So week 4, we're going to be able to see Josh Allen take on Lamar Jackson. And we still don't know if Lamar's going to have his deal done by then, which could be another chip on his shoulder going into this year. If whether or not Lamar can prove everyone wrong and be able to throw the ball. But we're going to keep it going here. We're going to move on to the next quarterback battle. We're going to stay in week 4. And this one is between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Now, last time we saw these quarterbacks on the same field was in Super Bowl 55, where Tom Brady got the best of Patrick Mahomes. He got the best of the Chiefs. That was the game where Patrick Mahomes couldn't get anything going with his offensive line. The Tampa Bay Bucs defense was just too much for him. So this is Mahomes' opportunity to even the series with Tom Brady. Now, they faced off a total of 5 times. Brady has 3 of the victories. Mahomes only has 2. So if the Chiefs and Mahomes can get the victory here, he will be able to tie the series at 3 apiece. And if he's able to tie the series, it's going to look really good for Mahomes, because Tom Brady, known as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if not the greatest, as I mentioned, with the Aaron Rodgers matchup, and Patrick Mahomes, who's been compared to Tom Brady, who's been put in that GOAT conversation right after he went to the Super Bowl 3 straight years, won the Super Bowl, won Super Bowl MVP. So, putting Patrick Mahomes into that Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, GOAT of all time conversation with the other guys like Peyton Manning and Joe Montana, it's like at such a young stage in his career, Brady being 44, Mahomes being so young and so early into his career, just really going to be a battle to see. And we don't know how much longer Brady's going to play in the NFL. So this could be the last time we see Mahomes and Brady, just because they're in different conferences. So it's not like we could see Brady and Mahomes in the playoffs unless it's the Super Bowl. It's not like we're going to be able to see Brady versus Mahomes in the regular season, because Brady could retire. So, as I mentioned with Brady and Rodgers, this could be their last matchup to face off against one another. Now, week 6, that's where we have one of the best quarterback battles of the season. The best, in my opinion. These two quarterbacks were the best game last year. They went to overtime. The controversy, it's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Now, I know there's been a lot of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, but they're just so good, and they both have that strong arm. They both have the shiftiness when they get on the run. And 2021-2022 season, they had the best game. Obviously, ended with the coin toss controversy in overtime, which ultimately got the rule changed to where now both teams get a possession. So who knows what happens if that's the case last season. Maybe the Bills defense stops the Chiefs later on in the game if Allen and the Bills can score. And you know what? If we get that matchup in the regular season, we don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be phenomenal to see. It's going to be phenomenal to watch these two quarterbacks do what they do best on the football field, do what they do best in the NFL, and that is sling the ball, get their team down the field, and score a ton of touchdowns, score a ton of points for their teams. And if we do see them in the playoffs and it goes to overtime, that new rule could change a lot in this game, especially with how high-powered these two teams are. But the one main thing we have to focus on is Patrick Mahomes does not have Tyreek Hill anymore, but Allen does have his number one guy, Stephon Diggs. So gonna be interesting to see what Mahomes can do without Tyreek Hill. Next up in week 8, once again Josh Allen, this time facing off against Aaron Rodgers. Now, yes, these quarterbacks are repeating, but these matchups, it's undoubtedly the best of the season. These quarterbacks battle. I know we saw Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. We saw Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and now Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. But you can't deny what these quarterbacks have done in the NFL, what these quarterbacks mean to the game, and these quarterbacks, how much leadership they have with their teams. Two of the strongest arm quarterbacks in the NFL, Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. They faced off in the match golf tournament where Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady got the best of Allen and Mahomes. Now, Allen showed off how strong he really is on the golf course with just how much power he has in his swing, and that translates straight from the football field with how strong his arm is. And the same goes for Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers has been known for his strong arm for years now. He's been doing it for years, coming back from games, driving down the field with a few seconds left. Now Josh Allen is kind of taking that torch from Aaron Rodgers, taking the torch with his game heroics, with his scrambling and throwing the ball heroics. Now, same as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen is really taking the torch from guys like Rodgers and Brady and playing his style of game, which is phenomenal to watch. And like I mentioned, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, gonna be great to see. Allen, as I mentioned, still has Stephon Diggs, and Rodgers, like Mahomes, lost his number one guy. Rodgers doesn't have Adams. So this game being in the middle of the year, Aaron Rodgers should have acclimated to his receiving core, gotten used to his receiver, Christian Watson, his other guys on the offense. So Sammy Watkins is also there for Rodgers. So it's going to be very cool to see what Aaron Rodgers can do with his new receivers, especially this late into the year, mid-season. Him and Allen facing off, going to be very cool to watch. Now we're getting into the final two matchups now. And right here, late in the year, week 10, starting down at the back half of the year, this is where we're going to see one of the most controversial off seasons ever. And that is Deshaun Watson and Tua Tagovailoa facing off. Now, Deshaun Watson might be suspended. We don't know yet. But as of right now, no suspension for Watson for the issues he has off the field. Now, I want to say it right now. Very serious allegations on Deshaun Watson. A very serious situation by all means. And it's just not one to overlook. This needs to get figured out. Whether Deshaun Watson is guilty or innocent. A very serious situation. We've heard the women speak, heard Deshaun Watson speak, heard his lawyer speak, and as of right now, he is still in the NFL. He is not suspended, so if he does make it to Week 10, this is a game to watch, a matchup to watch, a quarterback battle between Watson and Tua, just because all the rumors that Watson was going to go to Miami. Watson wanted to play with Flores. Flores wanted Watson. And the management wanted Tua. So, in the end, Brian Flores out of Miami. Watson not going to Miami. He went to Cleveland. Tua staying and sticking with the Dolphins. And with all the rumors about Watson going to Miami, Watson's way better than Tua. He should be the Dolphins quarterback. Tua gets to shut down all those rumors, put everyone to rest, and really show Deshaun Watson that, you've been out of the league for some time. I've been here, I've been working, and I'm going to be able to show everybody why the Dolphins put their trust in me this season and why I should be the Dolphins franchise quarterback, and we didn't trade for you because I'm the guy here in Miami. So, going to be very interesting to see if Tua can quiet the doubters in this game against Deshaun Watson. And the last game we are going to face off is Week 14. Once again, we're going to go to Tua Tagovailoa, and this time facing off against Justin Herbert. Now, I love Tua Tagovailoa. I think he is very disrespected in the NFL, which is why he's been on this list a couple of times. And it's not favoritism, but it's just the facts on the matchups he faces. Like Mac Jones, obviously, they're going to be facing off quite a lot. Joe Burrow in his division. And not in his division, coming out of the same draft. Deshaun Watson, all the offseason rumors, and now Justin Herbert, who Tua was selected over in the NFL draft. And we've seen what Justin Herbert has brought to the Dolphins, what he has brought to that Chargers team, all the phenomenal plays he's made for the Chargers, coming in when the Chargers needed him to. Tyrod Taylor went down with an injury. Justin Herbert filled right in. Week 1 with the Chargers and almost beat the Chiefs. Actually was a great game. His first game almost came right into the NFL, put a spark with the Chargers and almost beat the Chiefs, but they fell a little short. But ever since then, his second year, he was even better. Missed the playoffs by just one game at the end of the season with the Raiders. And now, facing off against Tua, who he was selected one pick behind. Tua, like I mentioned, number 5th overall pick. And Justin Herbert, the number 6th overall pick. And, it's undoubtedly that Herbert has been better than Tua lately. He's been better than Tua these past 2 seasons. So, as you can say right now, people are saying, yeah, the Dolphins made a mistake. They should have went with Justin Herbert. But you can't say anything. You can't go back in time and change anything. Tua was selected 5, Herbert 6, and that is why this is such a great matchup to watch, to see if Tua could finally prove why he was the 5th overall pick, or if Justin Herbert continues to show why he should have picked higher than Tua Tagovailoa, and that is why I have this battle here. But that is going to be it for this video. The top 10 quarterback battles that I did select. Comment down below what quarterback battles you are excited to see. Maybe what battles you would change from my list. But these are the ones I'm most excited to see. As always, all these designs are on the Instagram. You can go check that out right here. The link will be in the description to this YouTube's Instagram, which will, starting with this video, have clips from the video on the Instagram, so you can go check that out. It will have designs that I've made, posts that I've done, and then also my main Instagram will also be in the link in description, where you guys will be able to check out all the designs that I've done. I have over 3,000 posts. I like to report the news out. That is my ultimate dream. If you didn't check out that video, I will link my ultimate goal, ultimate dream video in the description for you guys as well, so you guys can go check that out. And as always, I will see you guys next time.